Okay, so in this video, I'm going to talk to you about an appropriate use of the gradebook and and also provide you with a step-by-step strategies or mega strategies on how to make sure you're keeping track of your own work since I do not have time to do that. So what you're going to do is step one is go to the official course schedule in the syllabus. Look at the dates up here to see when the bundle or the unit is first available, the official deadline, and then of course the late deadline is 48 hours after that for for units 1 through 3, for 24 hours for unit 4. Then make sure that you have a thorough grasp of essentially how many tasks you have to complete and all the components that there are. Then after, and of course you should really go throughout the entire course schedule and note all of this in your planner or list to do or whatnot. So then after you've done that, then of course you'll go online for a given unit, and step 2 will be to see if I have made any updates to the unit outline and the course schedule. So if there are going to be any updates, I will tell you right here that there are some updates, and then you'll just make any corrections or changes in your own version of the course schedule or your own copy of the course schedule or anything that you've written down in your planner or calendar. Okay, then after you've done that, you will of course start a given task in a unit folder, and as you complete a task, let's say you've submitted, you're about to or have submitted the component right here, you've completed all task 1, you've submitted task 1E. Well, then you will cross that out. Now, I did forget to tell you that, but I think it is in writing, that after you submit a given task, to get to the next task, you may have to refresh your browser window for the next item to appear. But make sure you're crossing things out, not just the major bullet points, but the minor ones as well. And then a third thing that you can do just to verify, cross-check, double-check everything is you can use the gradebook as part of your tracking system. So the gradebook cannot be used by itself, just like the online bundle folder and what's within it cannot be used by itself to keep track of your work. But there is an appropriate use of the gradebook, and let me tell you or shed light on what that is. So what you can do is, after you've worked through a given task, you can make sure that it is accounted for in some way by going to the gradebook. So let's say you have submitted, or you think you have submitted, task 1E or step 5 of the orientation for task 1 in unit 1. You can go in here into the gradebook and look for that item in the gradebook. Here's step 5 of orientation. It says unit 1, task 1E. So if you really have submitted it, you would see like an icon that says with a green dot and an exclamation mark, or it will have a score, or it will say needs grading. So since I see nothing here, that means that I haven't actually submitted the task 1E. That means maybe I saved my answers, but maybe I forgot to click submit, maybe my computer died, maybe the internet went out, or whatever. So using the gradebook, there is an appropriate use for the gradebook, but that's as your last step. You need to do the other 2 steps that I gave you before you use the gradebook as a step in making sure you get everything done. So like I said, there's an appropriate use. I already went over why you don't want to rely on the gradebook on its own, but there is an appropriate use. You yourself can check to see whether or not I have received something by going to the gradebook to make sure that you have submitted and that I see your graded components of any learning and assignments for a given task in a given unit folder.